What is up, everyone? Welcome. Sunday morning hangout here. We're enjoying this Vikings-Browns game. It's been a weird game, but the Browns are moving the ball into scoring position right now. 14-10, Minnesota is up. We got that Jordan Mason touchdown in there. It was looking really bad at the beginning of the game after that fumble, but Mason got the touchdown. Carson Wentz was injured, came back in this one. Dylan Gabriel looks okay. He looks like he can hang. He looks like a guy that can play some decent managing type ball, and he does have the touchdown pass on the day. And Quinshon Judkins looks really good. He had a big, like a 50-plus yard touchdown call back from a holding call, but he looks really, really good. So we're gonna hang out for a little bit this morning. I'm pulling up the active inactives here for week 5. These are going to be the early games today. I'm seeing Miles Sanders inactive for week 5, which is going to lead to Jaden Blue being active. Jaden Blue is worth holding on to if he's available in your league. I wouldn't mind putting him on my bench and seeing what he looks like today. I think he's a fun, electric kind of playmaker, a guy that can pop off for some big chunk gains. He's not going to be a volume player, but if he looks good, that's going to open the door for him to get more involved as the season goes on. The Ravens, Kyle Hamilton is inactive, so tough one for the Ravens. They're missing a lot of starters today. I think Houston might be able to walk into Baltimore and come away with a win. Foster Moreau is active today for the Saints, and is Juwan Johnson, but I'm nervous. Juwan Johnson's been a top 5, top 10 tight end for the first 4 games of the year, but we didn't have Taysom Hill. We didn't have Foster Moreau healthy. That's going to split some of the snaps there among the tight ends. So I'm a little concerned for Juwan Johnson. I don't think he is a must-start player. I'm going to hit refresh here and see if any more news has trickled in. It looks like it's going to be 4th and about 1 for the Browns on the 10-yard line or so. So more Ravens. Ronnie Stanley not playing today. I did get a big alert on Bucky Irving. Apparently, we knew about the foot and that weird ankle-looking sprain, but now he's got a shoulder injury, a shoulder subluxation, more of an issue than the sprained foot, they're saying. He's expected to miss at least 2 weeks. So we're not going to have him for week 6. This means a subluxation is a partial dislocation. So we could potentially miss more than this 2 games, but I would be planning to have no Bucky Irving week 6. Week 7, he's going to be questionable, and I'm probably going to say he's going to be doubtful for week 7, but we'll monitor that when he starts practicing again. So we'll see. We know Xavier Worthy played with a harness. It's just a little bit different running back taking those blows. So we might see a little bit of an extended run for Rachaad White. Quinshon Judkins just picked up the first down. It looks like 1st and goal for the Cleveland Browns here. We might have a good 4th quarter finish here in London. Let me see what other news I can do for you guys. We did get a flurry of news last night. They always kind of do that at the end of the day. Saturday, you will get these Schefter and all these blasts from certain guys. Calvin Ridley's expected to play today, pending pregame workout. So we know Alec Pierce is out, and Adonai Mitchell really had some bonehead plays last week for the Colts. He's a fun, electric player, but he had 2 really bad plays, costing them 2 touchdowns potentially, one with the holding call and one with throwing the ball out of the end zone as he's walking into the end zone. So they're saying he's expected to be active, but will play a limited role this week. So we're not going to be using Adonai Mitchell in fantasy or anything this week. It might be a Josh Downs week. I think that's going to be the guy there. Otherwise, Michael Pittman for sure. So Pittman and Downs, I'm a little bit open to those guys. I'm reading from Fowler. Cardinals plan to ride the hot hand at running back in week 5. They're saying Michael Carter and Bam Knight on early downs, and Emari Demercado is going to be the 3rd down role. So I think my process looks correct, and that I wanted Michael Carter between him and Emari Demercado. Not sure how much Bam Knight's going to get into the game. I think Michael Carter is going to probably be their guy to get 10 to 12 carries today. Maybe we see 3 to 5 carries for Bam Knight and then 1 or 2 carries for Demercado, but Mercado could be the 3rd down, long down and distance kind of guy. He can get you some PPR catches. So if I'm ranking Cardinals backs today, it's for sure Michael Carter, Demercado number 2, and then I'm not going to look at Bam Knight. You can add him. If you missed out on Carter or Demercado today or this week, you could look at adding Bam Knight and seeing what happens. It looks like David Njoku just caught a touchdown here. The Cleveland Browns just took the lead with about 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So Cleveland looking good. We have good news on Dyami Brown. He's not on the injury report for Monday night. So if you need a deep wide receiver 3 flex, I think Dyami Brown could be an option for you. And I do think, I picked him up in the Fellowship Money League with some of the guys here. And I might start him. I don't know. He could be a fun boom bust wide receiver 3 flex, but I know he is the kind of the clear number 2 for Trevor Lawrence. So I guess the big one is Brock Bowers. He's not going to play today. I should have probably started with that. I just got back to this news. They haven't, I think they played in the late game today. So that's why he's not been officially active and inactive. But there was a Schefter. So he's officially out from Ian Rappaport. That was about 6 minutes ago. So I guess if you need somebody, maybe, if you need a tight end this morning, maybe Michael Mayer can step right in. I know he had a concussion a few games ago. Let me pull up those Raiders practice reports. I just want to see what he was doing all week. And yeah, Michael Mayer he's listed as inactive. So no Raiders tight end for us this week. I'm not going to mess with that. So let me know if you guys have questions on the tight end spot. We'll figure that out along the way. But get your questions in. If you guys do have any, I will answer them. Otherwise, I'll step away. I'll get out of here for the morning and enjoy the rest of this fourth quarter that we got brewing here in London. Just thoughts on Dillon Gabriel, man. He looks like this is a good Vikings defense. Brian Flores is one of the most creative passing, or I guess defensive coordinators in the league. And I feel like he's passing the test here. Like he looks like a guy that is not overwhelmed. He's got a lot of experience starting in college, but I thought Dillon Gabriel has played pretty well today. They got a good running game with Quinshon Judkins, and he's making enough throws to keep the ball moving. So they're spreading the ball out a lot, though. Like he's got, receptions to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different players. Harold Fannin has 4 catches for 13 and a touchdown. David Njoku, 5 for 56 and a touchdown. So 9 completions to tight ends out of the 16. So maybe David Njoku's back on the menu here, guys. And good morning, reusable, foldable shopping bags. Ted McMillan, AJ Brown, or Tureen. I don't know who Tureen is. ETN. There we go. ETN. Okay. I think I'm going to stick with Travis Etienne. Looking at the fantasy points allowed per game metrics, like you can run on the Chiefs. I'm not totally afraid of the Kansas City Chiefs defense. I think they're going to be a stiffer test for Trevor Lawrence passing the ball, but the Chiefs, they've allowed almost 400 rushing yards in 3 games here. They've allowed 3 rushing touchdowns. They've also allowed a healthy amount of receiving points to running backs. They're giving up 24 PPR points per game. So my bad here. This is the question. I'm not afraid to play ETN. I think he provides your highest floor and a really nice ceiling as well. And then it's going to come down to Ted McMillan versus AJ Brown. At this point, man, we've had one good AJ Brown game this season. I don't know how I feel about AJ Brown in my lineup today. I mean, I think he could easily pop off and have a big game, but he could just as easily go 3 for 22 and not have much. So I do think Ted McMillan is probably the safer play. And if I'm looking at receiver points allowed, Miami, we can pick on Miami's defense. I'm not afraid of them. They have been limiting fantasy receivers to some points, but McMillan's the only game in town. The Dolphins do allow a ton of quarterback points, but they've allowed 4 rushing touchdowns to quarterbacks. That's part of it. They have allowed 7 passing touchdowns. I think McMillan offers kind of, again, that idea of a high floor, but a nice ceiling as well. And McMillan has been pretty good throughout the year. So I think the chance at the biggest game is probably Travis Etienne. I mean, he's the guy that's ripping off 30, 40, 50-yard runs right now. And I think the Jags offense has been pretty good to start the year. They've been balanced. They've been running the ball well. He's involved in the passing game. They play good defense. Betting on an AJ Brown beast game, like, yeah, I want to believe in it, but we just really haven't seen it. And for the Eagles, They're going up against the Broncos, man. Like that's not a defense that we really want to pick on in the passing game. So I think I'm going to probably sit AJ Brown. There's just been a lot of concerns and just frustrations from AJ Brown. So maybe that all boils over and he pops out for a big game. But I think for now, I'm going McMillan. I'm going ETN. That's probably the safest call. And good morning, Sports Dog. We got 18 PPR super flex. I need 2 flex. We're using Woodward for 1 spot. Keenan Allen. I love the Chargers passing game today. I got my Chargers gear on today. It looks like the Commanders are going to be looking like they're going to need to score some points. We got a Vikings player down. I don't know. Was that Jordan Mason that was hurt? I just need to double check here. Who just got hurt on that play? Someone was down. It looked like it was a Vikings player that was down. I don't know who got hurt there. But for this Keenan Allen, so Godwin, Shaheed Stevenson, who would you use in second flex? I think I'm going Keenan Allen, man. I don't trust Ramondre. I think Rashid Shaheed's been fine for a high floor of 8 to 10 points in a full PPR. Godwin, he did get the targets last week, which I thought was nice, but it's not a great matchup for Godwin going up against Seattle. Seattle is the 3rd best team against opponent wide receivers. They've only allowed 2 touchdowns. They've been pretty stingy, and it's in Seattle too. So I don't know if I love that. Whereas Keenan Allen, man, we're getting the Washington Commanders. They've given up 5 touchdowns on the year. They've given up over 600 yards to receivers already. And the quarterback matchup is also really good for Justin Herbert. There's only been a handful of teams that have allowed over 1,000 passing yards. And it looks like today, I think Keenan Allen and the Chargers are going to be where you want to be. So Woody and Keenan Allen would be my choices here. We picked up Hunter Henry after hearing Juwan Johnson could lose time to Taysom Hill. So will it be Johnson or Henry? I did pick up Drake May as QB for Lamar Jackson. I like the Drake May pickup. That's a solid play for the next few games. And then I'm going to advise caution on Juwan Johnson. I do like Hunter Henry tonight, Sunday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. Not afraid of the Bills defense. They've been really good against tight end though. They've only allowed 9 catches and a touchdown all year to the tight end spot. They really haven't played a ton of tight ends though that are worth starting anyways in fantasy. So I think, and Hunter Henry's been kind of hot, man. He's been scoring touchdowns and looking pretty good. So I think I'm going to roll with Hunter Henry here and Drake May. Let's double up and get that stack rolling. And it does look like that was Jordan Mason who was down. So hopefully he's going to be okay. I haven't seen any updates here on the game. All right. They said he just hopped up and jogged off the field. So good news there if you got Jordan Mason. I do have Jordan Mason in a couple of leagues. But it looks like overall, like the weather in the Midwest is fantastic today. I'm just going to pop over and look at any of the weather issues that we might have today. But I think we're going to be in a good opportunity for good weather. It looks like the only rain is in a dome game in the Saints. Otherwise, we got like 80s and clear all day today. We do have a chance of thunderstorms, though, in this Detroit-Cincinnati game. So we'll see about that. I'm just going to pull up the Cincinnati weather real quick. Let's go to the hourly cast. No, they're going to be fine in Cincinnati. I'm not too worried about what I see here. This looks good. So, yeah, everything's going to be awesome. We got a slight chance of rain tomorrow night in the Jags-Chiefs Monday Night Football game. But for the most part, man, I think it's going to be a good football day. Beautiful weather across the league. That usually leads towards good football. So I'm pretty excited about what we got brewing here. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to get out of here and enjoy the fourth quarter of this game. If you guys do have more questions, you guys can always reach out to me on Twitter, X, at @TheFellowKGB. You can always comment on this YouTube video as well. I will and try and answer on a timely fashion. But hey, good luck today, guys. I hope you get everything you need. Good luck with your teams. Good luck with your fantasy lineups. And good luck in DFS if you guys are playing. So thank you for watching. Best of luck today. We'll see you next time. Peace.